Rien n'est éternel. La joie, la mort, le désespoir. Rien n'est éternel.
Cette Maison, it was an exploration of identity. For me, being a child of immigrant, I always, and I think I still do that, try to find where is my home. Is it in Canada? I'm not sure. I'm from Montreal, Quebec. Is it in Haiti? When I go to Haiti, visit family, I don't really feel Asian. Even if I'm from, my parents are from Haiti. So it's a question more like, what is this house? What is my house? And also maybe like political also, because the history of Canada is complex. We should say that.
History is complex.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's a question. Cette maison, what is this house? And maybe I kind of answer the question in the film, which is it's not a fixed place or fixed in time. Also, it's always moving, and it's kind of maybe more beautiful that way.
L'histoire va s'écrire sans nous, encore une fois. Les valises seront défaites. Plus besoin de partir. On chante, on danse. Le refus d'être étranger sur les générations à venir. Cette joie est immense. Cet espoir est infini.
I have a producer, which is a friend. I love him dearly, and he asked me a year and a half, no, 2 years now ago, if I wanted to do a feature film. Because he saw my short film and he really loved them, and I told him no, I'm good. I don't want to do a feature film. And for a year and a half, he would send me very beautiful emails telling me, "I think you're ready. You have something to say."
Seducing you.
Yeah, with a lot of kindness. You know, it wasn't like he tried to put pressure on me to do a film. So I thought, what is the thing that I'm most afraid in life? And it was the death of my cousin. I knew from the beginning that the way that I would want to tell the story would be a bit experimental between documentary and fiction. So I pitched him that idea thinking that I would never get funded to do the film. And we got funded to do the film, so I had to do it. And I think that using fiction really helped me to create a distance with what happened to my cousin. And on set, I would try to kind of distance myself with the story in order to not to be too emotional when I was shooting. But it was difficult. It was yeah.
Comme c'est beau. Tu m'avais pas dit à quel point c'était beau.
Oui, c'est très très beau. Toute cette végétation, les habitations rustiques, la mer. C'est exactement comme dans mon souvenir. Ouais, c'est exactement comme ça.
Est-ce qu'on s'en va? Moi, je dis qu'on va là.
At the beginning of writing the story, I knew that I wanted to cast an actress who would be the same age of my cousin if she had lived. For me, it was very important to project her in some kind of a future that she never got the chance to have because she died at 14. And it kind of gave me hope in a way that being with her, the actress on set, she's also a friend. It created a strange feeling of comfort because even now that I shoot the film, I wrote it, I saw it like maybe 100 times, but each time that the movie ends, I have a feeling that I'm losing my cousin all over again. Like, oh, I spent that beautiful moment with her, and And when there's the last shot of the film, it's always like, oh no, you know, it's a very strange feeling. I'm a very private and shy person. So if you see my short film, I film a lot of landscape, always a bit from afar. I'm always too shy to go near. So when I went to the Caribbean to shoot all the exteriors for my film, I did this the same thing. At first, I thought, oh, maybe I'm gonna go meet people and film, but I was like, I'm gonna I'm gonna stay like I am and film houses from afar and like from a distance, and yeah. So it looks a lot like my short film because yeah. Again, I would say that it's very close to who I am as a person.
Shy.
I'm a shy person, but I'm also an anxious person who always try maybe too much to understand things. So I deconstruct, reconstruct all the time. And I see it in the film. So I'm trying to deconstruct an event to make sense of, in that case, the death of my cousin. And then I'm reconstructing it over and over again, maybe to change the outcome, knowing that I won't be able to. But it's a kind of the process that you see throughout the film. I'm asking also in the dialogue, there's a lot of repetition, a lot of questions that are asked over and over again without an answer, because I don't think that even if I finish the film, it still doesn't make sense to me what happened to my cousin. Back then, I was very influenced by my parents, who are first-generation immigrants. So when they came to Canada, they didn't have a lot of knowledge of the history of Canada. They came here. They came to Canada at late 70s, so I'm not even sure that they understood completely the implication of the referendum. So as a child,
Basically the referendum?
The referendum was in, actually there were two, one in...
For independence.
For the independence of Quebec to become a country separate from Canada. And there were two, one in 1980, and one in 1995. And both times, the majority of the population decided to stay within Canada. In 1995, it was pretty close. And at the time, my family were a bit nervous. They wanted to stay within Canada. So they thought, okay, if Quebec become a country, we're just gonna move to the US and live with all of my family who were there in the US. So at the time I was really influenced by my parents. I was like, Canada, it's a marvelous country. I still think that Canada, it's a marvelous country. But after that, I studied at school the history of Canada and the complex relationships between indigenous people and the settler, and then I was like, oh, okay, Canada is fine, but there's still a few problems. So now I'm conscious of the complexity of the Canadian history.
Something that you will develop in a future project?
Yeah, probably. I don't know how. Maybe in a short film because I love short film. But yeah, it's still in my mind. I need to, yeah.
So you're here in Portugal. It is the first time. And
yes.
In IndieLisboa, how is,
I love it. I love it. People are so nice here. And when I left Montreal, it was still cold, like 2 days before we had a snowstorm. So I was like, oh my God, and the weather is nice. And I'm very grateful to the people of the festival. The program is amazing. There's a lot of filmmakers that I admire, and I feel very grateful to be included in the program. programmation, so I'm very happy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
good luck.
Thank you.
Mon histoire est à la fois tragique et remplie d'espoir. L'espoir fait vivre, même au-delà de la mort.